let's talk about the state of Marvel Rivals. So, right now, ranked is pretty cool. Comps are pretty steady. I'd say some notable changes that I've found from past few seasons. The addition of new characters such as Daredevil, Angela, Blade. I'd say personally Daredevil and Angela are really dominant right now. Actually being played a lot in Pro Play, which is pretty concerning because, well, at least in most of my games, the whole Angela, like, OP-ness hasn't really caught up to him. In case you're wondering, GM1 right now. Almost back in Celestial, but we're chilling. Yeah. It's just been a couple strange weeks, you know. We got some skins for some content, which has been pretty nice, but obviously I feel like what really keeps the player base alive is the characters. It's what most people keep coming back for. And I feel like since we already know the next two, it's good, but I feel like a lot of players are just waiting on intel, and a lot of players, while having fun, kind of wish there was more content driven other than skins. And I feel like the Zombies game mode was a great example of that. Being able to hop into a 4-player PvE with a bunch of crazy abilities like the Ultron game mode and the cool titles. Shout out all my Queenslayers. If you got it, you got it. If you didn't, it's alright. Just, in my opinion, pick Blade, go for damage only, you'll be alright. I low-key had to look up the guides, so don't feel bad. But it took me like 2 tries, and it was a lot of fun. It also took like an hour too, so that was definitely something. But at the end of the day, play what you want, have fun. And that's kind of been my motto just going into ranked recently, because the community, while, you know, developing, has definitely been kind of toxic. And if you play Rivals a lot, you know what I'm talking about. Players asking, if not, you know, trying to force people to swap, people giving up early, low mentals, straight up being toxic, some people being misogynist, some people being racist. And personally, I don't like talking about topics like these because, well, I feel like it brings attention to it. And, you know, I feel like the best way to go about it is to just avoid it, you know, let them be. You know, you can't change people. Maybe we can guide them by trying to be the light in the darkness. Shout out Luna Snow, shout out Conchu. If you know, you know. But all jokes aside, I think we should all try to come together, especially in these hard times. And, yeah, just, you know, enjoy the game that we all like. Don't press people too hard for playing the game. Ranked obviously is about testing your skill, but it's also about being consistent. You know, you can't win every game, and I feel like a lot of people struggle with that. You know, me personally as well. Everybody has their, you know, off days, on days. You know, days where they do good. You may be noticing win streaks, and you're like, yes, I'm the GOAT. You may be noticing loss streaks and think to yourself, oh my gosh, I got EMMM demons in my lobby, but there's only so much you can do about it. Like, for instance, someone DCs, can't really do anything about it. It's just a GG next. On the other hand, counter swapping and etc. You know, it's just part of the game. But personally, I think Rivals is in a really good spot right now. I feel like as long as we keep getting characters on a consistent basis, and hopefully after this next era. So in case you didn't know or are recently picking up the game, the way that this year's been scheduled is that the characters are already preset to release before before each season. So I think we have up to like 10 seasons of pre-planned content. So obviously I'm pretty sure they all know about we need more tanks, we need more supports, especially supports. I know you guys have been struggling for a while. It's been like, what, 2, almost 3 seasons since you've actually gotten a character. It's alright, we see you. But I feel like after this initial phase, everything going forward, and I know it sucks to have to wait, I feel like there's going to be a lot of diversity, there's going to be a lot of good content, and who knows, maybe we'll get some more game modes. If you guys have any recommendations for game modes, feel free to pass them my way. I know I'm just a smaller content creator, but every little bit helps, and who knows, we can put in a good word, and you know, we can influence the community. So together, we are Marvel Rivals. I almost said we are Venom. Love me some Venom. But speaking of Venom, oh my gosh, what do you guys think of the new buff? I enjoy it. I do wish the anti-heal was a little bit stronger. I feel like that mechanic is going to get tweaked in the later dates. Could just be me, but I feel like with enough time, you know, like we might be getting some new mechanics. I know Phoenix added like an explosive mechanic. I know characters like Blade and Venom have anti-heal right now. So I'm curious what other mechanics we might be getting, or any recommendations that you guys have for mechanics. Like, I mean, I can't think any off the top of my head. I'm not a creative designer or anything like that, but I'm just curious what you guys think. So thanks for tuning in. I know this is kind of different from my usual video. Hopefully all these shots aren't too loud with my keyboard, but I've been busy a lot with work. I know a lot of you guys probably don't care, but just want to give you guys like a little check-in on my life and whatnot. Been working full-time, been doing that for about 5 to 6 months now to just build up my foundation, get a new place, and upgrade my PC. Because if you guys used to watch my streams or didn't know, I do stream. Haven't streamed in like 2 months just because well, my graphics used to be bad, and by setting them to default I was able to, you know, get more views and whatnot and record better content. But the downside is I haven't been able to stream as much because, well, my PC just isn't up to par with it. And honestly, I just have other priorities right now, like a car, apartment, stuff like that. You know, I'm only human as well, so I appreciate you guys bearing with me. I appreciate you guys watching my content, helping support me. Let me know what you guys think about that Star-Lord edit. I dropped that recently. That was so much fun to make. I have so many more ideas in the future, but as of right now, just taking it slow, trying to see what the future holds. And yeah, I'm excited for the next upcoming season. I think later this week we'll be getting some gameplay or some insight, as well as a balance change, so stay on the lookout for that. And without further ado, this has been your pilot, Finjake451. Blasting off.